that we're having is by simply sharing what we've seen seems to offend people who are taking things personally. And we can't move forward if we're going to constantly be blamed and shamed because we're simply sharing facts.
Yeah, you can't be offended by facts, and if you're really concerned, you should clean up the mess. You should clean up the scammers and the fraudsters, and you should not tolerate them in any way, shape, or form. That is what you do. You go after the fraud, you go after the criminals, and you do not make excuses for them, nor do you blame the victim. Ever. You're never going to solve the problem. You're never going to solve the problem if you sweep it under the rug, if you hide it. It's a serious problem, and it is a serious problem with Nigerians. The majority of the cases I did in Atlanta was Nigerian fraud. I had thousands of cases, thousands and thousands of cases. And I want to tell you the majority of them were Nigerians who came to Atlanta. I had Nigerians fly into Atlanta, drive straight to the courthouse, get married to a U.S. citizen in less than an hour. That committed fraud, didn't know what they were doing. Now that was two-sided fraud where they were paying the U.S. citizens, but I had tons of those cases. I had a lot of cases where women were victims. I had women married to Nigerians that came to an interview, and I had a woman thrown out on the side of the road right after the interview because he said he didn't need her anymore. I had a woman who went home with his Nigerian husband. She went to work. She worked nights. When she came home the next day, he had cleaned the house out of everything. The day before, I'd interviewed him and granted him his green card. And when she came home from work, he was gone with every speck of furniture. And these aren't just anecdotal. I can tell you these stories all day long.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, experiences. You see, the point that I'm making is let's learn to name and shame, even if they belong to us, even if they are part of us. You need to divorce your relationship from somebody that is involved in crime. Crime is crime. Crime is crime. We don't have to entertain it in any way. Name and shame. When you go down to Ghana currently, and it's all over the news, read about it, Ghanaians are learning. We are handing over all these criminals to the FBI. We are handing over all these criminals back to the countries where they committed crime and run away. Because we want to make our country a better place. And we realize that the only way we can make our country a better place is when we accept the responsibility. When you come here in South Africa, this is not related to what we're discussing here, but our